yourself in your Sukhasana position. So or whichever version of sitting you like. So just here. I'm just going to softly cross my legs to here. But equally, you could have the legs wider. Good. And then just bring our hands just to settle onto our thighs or our knees. Let's just take a moment then to lengthen up through our spine, and then maybe just softly close our eyes just for this first few moments. We might notice our sit bones, we might notice there's length through the whole of the spine. Yeah, maybe a little bit of lengthening through both sides of the waist, and then maybe just have a little wiggle around the shoulders, and then let the shoulders just soften away from the ears. And let's find our yoga breath. So inhaling and exhaling lightly through the nose, if that's available to you. And maybe now we could come to our Gaya Mudra with our thumb and forefinger and our 3 fingers then just lightly together. None of that do we have to do. So inhaling and exhaling and just bringing ourselves to our class this morning. Taking the breath in through the nose, all the way down into the tummy. And we've been working on filling from the bottom to the top and then exhaling top to bottom, haven't we? We'll see if we can add that in. So filling up tummy, middle and chest. And then as we exhale, chest, middle and tummy. That doesn't matter if you change your breath pattern, just come to settle the body now. Notice you're starting to relax just a little more. And I'm going to add in just a 4 count inhale and a 4 count exhale, just to bring ourselves to really focus this morning. So that could look like an inhale from the bottom to the top. And then the exhale, top to bottom. Inhaling 4, 3, 2 and 1, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. In your own time, maybe a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit slower. Let's try 5 breaths, 5 equal breaths. Notice if the length through the spine allows a little bit of extra space to find a little bit of space for more breath, easier breath. And then as we settle back just to our own breath, let's just see if we can keep our eyes closed just for a few moments. And then setting our intention today. No judgment. Not judging ourselves on the quality of our moves or our breath, or how flexible we are, how stiff we are, how strong we are. No judging. Just noticing, maybe looking a little bit inward to ourselves, just focusing this next hour or so for ourselves and noticing how our body's feeling. So not judging, but just being. When we blink open our eyes, we can take an inhale to raise the arms up towards the sky, just a little bit up, don't have to go too far, and then exhale around. Let's do that just one more time. Inhaling and exhaling. If we're on our block, we could nudge our fingertips just to the back of our block and lift our chest and maybe lift our gaze. And if we haven't got the block, our fingertips could be on the ground. So the block just gives us that little bit of leverage. Inhaling fully into the chest, really waking up to this beautiful morning. And exhaling as we release. If we've got our legs crossed, I'd like you to uncross them and cross them the opposite direction. And if you're comfortable where you are, you're just seated there. Fingertips by the side of us and then right ear to the right shoulder. enjoy, and head comes back to the centre. Let's do exactly the same to the other side, left ear to left shoulder. Good, head back to the centre, adding the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Last time to our left side, take your time. There's still length through the spine and softness in the shoulders. And all the way back to our seated position. Let's inhale to twist to our right, pausing with your left hand by your right thigh. And then again, if you've got your block, your fingertips might creep to the left corner of your block. And if not, maybe the fingertips are just behind you. Absolutely fine. If you've got your block, you could use that as a little bit of leverage now to lengthen up through the spine, inhale. And then as you exhale a little bit deeper, again with the right fingertips behind us, we might use that just as a little bit of purchase too. Last breath, inhaling. And as we exhale, softly unravel and bring yourself all the way back to your start. Inhale to twist to the left. Your right hand now to the outside edge of your left. And maybe your left fingertips can creep to the right corner of your block. So just the fingertips to the block now, the crown to the sky. Inhale, create some length through the spine. And as you exhale, see if we can rotate a little bit deeper towards our left side. Yeah, now don't worry if that's not available to you. Fingertips could be on the floor just a little bit behind us there. Just dig a little bit deeper with those fingertips and twist. Good, inhale again. And as we exhale, we can unravel slowly. Just take that little unwind back to our start. Now we're going to come off our block and come round onto our knees. Put your block to the side. We might use that a little bit later, or maybe even in front of you if you prefer. Now we're going to take straight into our cat to cow, so enjoy. Rounding on the inhale, so a scoop of the tailbone, a rounding through the back and an arch all the way up to the sky. Yeah, take a moment here, get an extra little bit of a stretch. And then when you're ready, can we exhale our way into cow pose? Tailbone high, sit bones high, chest pulls forward. And again, just pause for a moment, just wait. Just wait for maybe the back to move just a little bit more or just something to give way. So we'll do that again. On the inhaling, rounding up into our cat. We'll have an exhale and then maybe a couple of extra breaths here. Yeah, maybe having a little bit of movement around if we wanted. And then your next exhale, send the sit bones high, widen across those sit bones, lift your chest, widen across your collarbones and send the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Again, take that extra breath or so, really beautifully done, gang. And then we'll try just a single breath. So inhaling as we round, working on the lower back rounding, that mid and upper back stretching. Have a little bit of firmness through the hands and pull our way back into our cow pose on the next exhale. Good, one more time, rounding on into that inhale. Again, just noticing your body, noticing what's happening through the back. Doesn't matter if it's exactly the same as I'm doing, you know, your body's moving slightly differently to mine, and that's absolutely fine, isn't it? It's not, one is not better than the other. Coming all the way back to our long back. Now, just double checking we feel comfortable in this position, coming off the hands if we need. Bird dog, right arm, left leg, your right arm, your left leg to bird dog. Take that lovely reach and stretch. Notice there's still space between the ears and the shoulders. Now, from here, we're going to lower the left leg and lower the right hand, but the left leg is straight. Your right foot then spirals out to the right. Good. And then we turn towards our left, lifting our left hand and opening up into our side bend, our supported side bend. That's it. Arm overhead on the left, arm overhead and the legs stretching out on the left. Good. Take a breath in and have a little peek up under your left armpit. Sit. And then as we exhale, we can bring our left hand down. Our right foot spirals back to the start position and our knee on the left comes back to our start. So from here, we do the opposite side. We can inhale, left arm and right leg. Take a few breaths here just to get a lovely stretch out. Just take your time. And you can have those back toes tucked, remember, in our lovely bird dog here. Good, feel the back body working now. As you lower the straight right leg and the hand comes down, follow with me. The left foot spirals to the left. Good, and then we lift to our right side, reaching our right arm overhead. Just enjoy that lovely long stretch from your right fingertips all the way through to the right toes, the foot staying on the ground. Inhaling into the side of the body. And then as we exhale, we can start to bring our right hand down, spiral our left foot back to our start position, and then bring our right knee back to our start. Separate your knees, bring your toes together, and then sit your big toes together, sit your hips all the way back. Reach the arms out, extended wide knee child pose. Options available, you're slightly higher up, more in a puppy pose position if you prefer. Otherwise, the forehead rests just very lightly on the mat. The sit bones pull back towards the heels. Extend those fingertips all the way to the front edge of your mat. Now breathe, inhaling, wide into the back, wide into the ribs and the chest, all the way down into the tummy. Fill up the body, exhale. Good, 2 more breaths, exactly the same. Just noticing the stretches, any restrictions, and just being aware of them. Inhale and exhale fully. Now from here, could we lift a little bit away from our sit bones and bring the left hand in? Yeah, just bring the left hand in. Scoot your right hand through, still looking to the mat. Reach the right arm all the way to the left, our back of the shoulder stretch. Forehead can rest on the mat. And now, if we wanted, we could reach the left hand all the way to the edge of the mat. So what I'd like then is the shoulders square onto the mat. So drive your left armpit a little bit closer to the mat and then breathe. Inhale. Wide into the back. Notice the back of the shoulder stretch. Great for releasing any tension in the shoulders. Exhaling. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And then on the exhale, release a little bit closer towards the ground. Slide your left hand back for me. And then inhale as you bring your right hand back to your start. Reach forward with the arms again. Sit the sit bones back if we wanted. And then let's just lift those sit bones. This time we'll bring our right hand in, so we're hovering a little bit off the heels there. And then take our left hand all the way through, looking towards the mat. Bring your left shoulder down towards the mat and let your forehead rest lightly. From here, we can reach the right arm all the way out to the front edge of the mat. And then see if we can roll the right armpit to face the mat. Inhaling. Wide and full and exhale. Good, 1 more breath here, inhaling. Well done, and exhale. Beautiful, slide the right hand back, inhale. And then as we exhale, unravel all the way back to our start. Let's bring our knees to hip width. Really well done, gang. And then just bring the hands slightly forward, just our last little bit here. So heading back towards the heels, but don't worry if you don't get there. Lift into our striking cobra now, so rounding through the back, exaggerate that curling up. And then on the exhale, pull the chest and the hips forward as we bring the crown of the head up to the sky. Now, don't worry if you're staying in your long back, that's absolutely fine. Lift again, inhaling, and as you exhale, send your sit bones back towards your heels. Inhale, round, arch the back all the way up to the sky. And then on the exhale, pull those hips forward, wake up the front of the body as you lift your chest. Beautiful. Good, drawing back on the inhale, rounding. Good, exhale your way back a little bit or all the way back to your child pose. Good, and then one last time, lift those sit bones away from the heels, arc the body up and over. And then exhale, notice the space between the ears and the shoulders. Option, extend the legs and let the thighs lift, only an option. So that's the upward facing dog. Open through the collarbone, the chest, the front of the shoulders. And then we're all going to bring our knees down to bring ourselves back to 4-point kneeling. Beautifully done, gang. Just our last bit on our hands here, our lovely organic barrel roll, where we're just moving around to the side. That's all we're doing today. We're not worrying about an extra cat and cow, but just moving, inhaling over to one side, back towards the heels, exhaling over to the other. Just see how your back feels as you're doing that. Are there any kind of little areas we could get into? Let's go the other way. Inhaling to the opposite side and exhaling around. Yeah, lovely. Good, moving back, moving to the side, moving into the shoulders, inhaling and exhaling. Absolutely brilliantly done, gang. So those little bit organic moves where we can let the body just kind of do what it would like to do. And then we come back to 4-point kneeling. So we're tucking the toes, we're heading back into downward facing dog, and then I'm going to mirror you. So I'll be mirroring you. So I will be on the opposite side to you, but I'm going to mirror you. So you're going with my movements there and what I'm saying. So we tuck the toes and we inhale and exhale our way into downward facing dog. We're pedaling, bending the right knee, lowering the left, and vice versa. Good. Again, just taking your time, waking up the backs of the legs. Good. Waking up into those buttocks, into the calves, and not worrying too much about having both knees straight. We're not worrying about getting the heels all the way down to the ground. Just enjoying that. Coming back to a down dog a little bit later if we wanted. And then we're creeping the feet forward. So our feet come to our hands, and then that brings us into Uttanasana, or our ragdoll if we like, so we can have the hands just at the side of us, or we can take hold of each elbow, nestle the head into the forearms, and then just take a little sway as we bend the knees, just take a little sway side to side, 4 and 3, and 2, and then 1. Beautiful. Let ourselves fold, so just part of our flow now. Let the arms release and inhale our way to mountain pose. Take your time. So inhale our way up to our mountain pose and then just take a breath here. Well done. So crown of the head up to the sky, softness in the shoulders. Let's just reach the arms all the way back, leading with the little finger, and just open the chest again. Lift your breastbone, send your gaze up to the sky, interlace your fingers, and then exhale the hands away from the body. Widen across the chest. Inhale, and then as we exhale, release completely. Okay, so then I'd like us now to take our left leg back. So if you're mirroring what I'm doing, that would be great. So your left leg back takes a long stride back, and that's going to bring us into warrior 1. A little turn out of our left toes, bring our hands to prayer and our front knee over the ankle. Let's soften the shoulders and send the crown of the head all the way up to the sky. Well done. Now take a breath here, and as we exhale, stretch that left heel, your left heel, to the back edge of the mat there. So the back edge of the heel and the outside edge of the foot rooted to the ground. Notice we've got some energy through that left leg now. Well done. So your left leg back and your right knee over your ankle. From here, reach both arms up to the sky, eagle arms. I'd like you to bring your left elbow in and your right arm across, and then bring both hands together to come into your eagle pose arms. Now inhaling, in and exhaling. Well done. Good. As we release the arms, reach both arms up to the sky, cactus the arms back, lifting your chest, inhaling. Exhale as the palms face up to the ceiling. And then reach the arms up on the next inhale to release the arms down on the exhale. Beautiful. We're going to do all that one more time. So still in our warrior one, could we bring the left arm over the right? So I'll show you from here, your left arm over the right, palms then come together to our eagle arm. So your left leg back, your right knee facing forward. Good, elbows are lifted. Hands are in front of the face, beautiful. Inhale wide into the back. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale the arms up and then cactus the arms back on the exhale. So still with the left heel planted firmly to the ground, lift your chest and send your palms way up to the sky. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then on the exhale, bring yourself back to prayer, back to where we started. Beautiful. Release the arms down, and now step the back foot all the way through to the front. So you're on your left leg for me. I want your right leg now to take a long stride back and lower your back knee down to the ground. So your left knee in front, so I'm with you. Yeah, your left knee in front and your right knee back. And here's our low lunge. Again, we could be in our prayer. And if we're going to work through this rather than coming into our pigeon, we could work with the higher arms, the little bit of a twist if we wanted. So working through that unless you're joining me. So now our hands come either side of our left foot. Yeah, so either side of our left foot, and then our left foot takes a little creep over to our right side. So from here we can come into our pigeon pose. We're going to ease the left knee down towards the ground. Yeah, so left knee down towards the ground, and we're up in our high pigeon. Our left leg extends all the way behind, and our chest is lifted. Yeah, so our left leg on the ground and our right leg behind. Chest is lifted, gaze ahead, and then kind of just decide, can I lower my hips or am I happier here? Can I grab a block, place that under the left hip for a little bit of support? That's quite nice. That takes the release out of the hips and the knees. Yeah? So just pausing there for a breath or so. Good, and then if we wanted, we could ease the hands forward and bring ourselves over our left thigh to our pigeon pose on the ground. We could bring our forehead down to the mat, and we're going to take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Take that breath all the way into the tummy, into the waist. Good, so we can increase that stretch into that left thigh, buttock area. And again, not judging, just being, just noticing. Last breath. As we come all the way up, again, we could use our block for support. And then can you pick up your right foot and bring your heel towards your bottom? Yeah, so take hold of your right foot. Good. I'm just going to lean a little bit towards my block as well. Good. Lift the chest, lift your gaze. Well done. Now, as we release the foot, take your time. You might want to remove your block if you've had that for support, so you can move that. And we're going to roll over to the left to bring ourselves to sitting. So now our left foot comes in and our right leg is out to the side. Yeah, so our left leg is coming and our right leg is out to the side. And some of us are going to go with our straighter leg position instead, aren't we? Yeah, so if you're here with me, perfect. Yeah, if you've got your straighter leg position, absolutely perfect too. Well done. Find the sit bones. Lengthen all the way up through the spine and just pause for a breath. We're turning towards your right side, bringing the hands either side of the right foot. Yeah, right thigh to start with. Inhale, and as we exhale, travel over the right leg, seeing if we can keep the left hip on the ground. So easy to kind of want to do our Jane Fonda pull, isn't it? I can see you, but could you ease into it? So rather than kind of thinking you've got to bounce into it, just see if we can let time and a few breaths just give us that extra stretch into the left hip and thigh and also into the hamstring. Some of us will pick the toes up towards the sky. Good, to get that extra stretch into your right side. Good, inhale and exhale here. Go when you're ready. We're going to inhale all the way back to our seated position. Really well done. As we bring our left hand down to the left, We're going to sweep our right arm up and over. So the right arm's coming up. We've got firmness on the left thigh and hand, and it comes into our little gate post variation. We're going to look back towards our left foot, and then we're going to look up towards the ceiling under the right armpit. Now, so we look back towards the left foot, and then look under the right armpit. Go from here, we reach the right arm all the way up, stretching through that right side of the body now. And then on the exhale, we come all the way down back to our seated position. We're inhaling, placing the right hand down, and then just reaching up over to our right side. And then one more time, we're coming down with the left hand, inhaling. And then as we exhale, lift the hips, stretch the legs, open the chest. And again, just notice how brilliant that feels for the front of the body. Look back towards our left foot, and then look under the armpit of our right. Lift the chest a little higher. One more time, look down to our left foot, and then look under that armpit on the right side. Good, inhale and exhale our way down. And then our last stretch here, bringing the right hand over and just reaching over towards the right with the left. Bring yourself all the way back to the center. Unravel your left leg for me. Take the legs wide and then just pause. I'll just show you from the side. So again, we could be on our block. That can be quite handy. I want you right up on your sit bones. Good. And I want your hands just resting on your thighs, your knees, or your shins. Lengthen up, so really tall through the spine. And then bring the hands in front. From here, take a breath in. And on the exhale, hinge maybe a centimetre forward. So we can feel that inner thigh connection. Take another breath in. And then see if we can hinge from the hips, maybe a couple of millimetres. Well done. Really tempting to do that, isn't it? But actually, I just wanted to access that inner thigh and hamstring area if we can. Now we can stay in the same position, but sweep the hands so the fingertips come behind us. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head and maybe an extra millimetre forward, maybe not. Inhale and exhale. Good, and one more time, inhale and exhale. We can gradually inhale our way back up to sitting and then bring our legs in. Give ourselves a little hug. Well done. And then we're going to bring ourselves all the way round onto our knees, facing the other end of the mat. Can you do that for me? So face the other end of the mat. Really well done. So now we've got our palms open and our fingers spread. We're tucking the toes, take a breath in. And on the exhale, we're lifting ourselves back into our downward facing dog. So same sequence, opposite side. The palms open, the fingers spread. This time I want us to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Pull the shoulders away from the ground. Pedal the feet, bending one knee, rooting the heel down on the opposite side. Inhaling and exhaling. Can you send your sit bones all the way up to the ceiling? Yeah, really well done. So bend of one knee and a bend of the other knee. Go slowly, almost kind of slow motion. Are your ears level with your inner elbows, or are you trying to kind of look at what the body's doing, or lifting the head, looking at what the hands are doing? Let your head hang. Pausing there. Let's tiptoe our way to the front edge of our back edge of our mat. Good, and then fold. Our ragdoll again. Take hold of each elbow and let yourself fold over the legs. Notice those hamstrings a little bit looser on this side. Bend one knee and let the body just gently roll to the opposite side. Bend the other knee and do the same. So just letting ourselves fold over the leg. Maybe there's a little bit of a lift of the abdominals, and that will bring us into that forward fold a little bit deeper. Good, when we're ready, release both hands. Inhale our way, grounding the feet all the way up to mountain pose. Do not worry if you need extra breaths. Come all the way to standing. Beautifully done again. Good, take a breath in, reach the arms up this time. Exhale, reach the arms all the way back, and then clasp the hands to lift the arms away from the body, lift your chest. Take a little gaze up to the sky, inhaling. See if you can widen across the chest and the front of the shoulder. Good, and then release both arms. So now we're taking the right leg back. Your right leg's going to take a long stride back. Again, remember, I'm mirroring you. So the right leg takes a really long stride back to the back of the mat, and your back heel is on the ground. You're rooting down. Yeah, so if I just turn to face you, this is what we're looking like. So your left knee over your left ankle, your toes turned out a little bit towards our right side. Our chest is lifted and our hips are facing forward. Again, so I can see a little bit of warrior 2 rather than warrior 1. Warrior 1, we want our hips facing forward. Now double check that for me. So your left knee over your ankle, your back heel on the ground. Lovely, come to prayer. Good, extend that back leg. So you're really rooting through straight back leg. Crown of the head to sky, shoulders are over hips. So yes, one of our simple yoga poses, but let's get this lovely alignment if we can. Good, from here, can we release the arms and take your right arm, so again, I'll show you from here, your right arm crosses your left, you wrap the arms around and you bring yourself to your eagle arms. So now your thumbs are level with your forehead, your shoulders are relaxed, your front knee over the ankle, and your elbows can budge a little bit away from you. As we release the arms on the inhale, we can reach them all the way up to cactus the arms back. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Yeah, lovely. So can your breastbone head up to the sky? Good, inhale, and as we exhale, we go again. Right arm crosses over the left. Bring the palms together, send the elbows high, the thumbs level with your forehead and your elbows pulling away from the body. Inhale, wide into the back. And as we exhale, release the arms down, reach them all the way up. Inhale, elbows back into our lovely cactus arms, chest is lifted, breastbone's lifted, gaze is high, enjoy. Good, we can release the arms out of our cactus arm position. Now we step forward, so the back leg comes forward, and now our left leg takes a stride back. Come with me, we lower our left knee down. Yeah, good, and our right knee is over the ankle. So I'm with you, right knee over your right ankle. There's our low lunge position. We can pause just with our hands to breastbone in our prayer, and some of us will stay here rather than worrying about our pigeon pose position. If you're joining me, hands come down either side of our right foot, and we toe heel the right foot to the left edge of the mat. Now from here we can come down into our pigeon, lowering the body down and bringing our body weight over the thigh. Again, you might use your block, so feel free to take your block and budge it under your right thigh as your left leg stretches behind you. Chest is lifted, gaze is ahead, and here's our high pigeon. Get yourself comfortable and adapt it where you need for knees and hips and feet. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And again, just see if we can start to open up into that right hip area. From here, we can lower the chest down and then maybe reach the arms all the way forward to bring ourselves into our pigeon pose. Good, and then come to the breath now. So inhaling, taking the breath in all the way into the tummy, noticing that stretch increasing into the buttock and the outer thigh. And exhale. So inhale and exhale. Our last breath. Again, it doesn't matter how close we are to the ground, how flexible we are in our left or right side. We're just looking, feeling, noticing. Noticing where we're at today. As we come up back to our higher pigeon position, again, you can still use your block and maybe lifting our opposite leg now. So bringing the foot up on our left side and coming into our quad stretch. We don't have to do that. So we've got our fingertips in front of our right and we're drawing our left heel in. Our chest is lifted and the crown of the head is up to the sky. Notice that lovely stretch into the quads. Well done, guys. Well done. So I know it's not easy to get hold of that foot, so it doesn't matter where we are with that. Beautifully done. Release the foot. remove your block if you've used your block like I have, and then just roll yourself. So now our right foot is in front and we bring our left foot to that outside edge. And again, you might be here, yeah? You might be back on your block. Good, so get yourself comfy there, really well done. Good, notice both sit bones. We're back to just where we were a moment ago. So now we're just going to turn the body towards our left side. Maybe we can lift the toes and flex the left foot, the hands either side of our thigh. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, we could reach over our left leg, just starting to ease our way over. We might notice the right outer thigh and hip again. We might notice the back of the thigh on our left side. Now take your time. Inhaling, and as we exhale, maybe we can lower a little bit closer towards our left leg. Try not to bounce. Try just to pause and wait. Maybe the body can rest a little bit closer to our left thigh. Let's notice that we've got our sit bones on the mat. And we're back to our yoga breath, inhaling and exhaling. Now our next inhale can bring us all the way back to our seated position. Take our time. Good, and then from here, as we take the right hand down to the side, we're going to come into our lovely gate pose. So we're sweeping our left hand all the way forward, put the weight into our right shin and reach up to look back towards our right foot. We could then look under the left armpit and look up to the sky. Good, we can look down to our right foot, on both feet. And then we can look under our left armpit. We can inhale, start to lower the hips down. And then as we exhale, we can reach over, just over to our left side. Good, same again, beautifully done. Plant the hand down and back. Yeah, and then inhale our way up. Exhale as you open your chest. Maybe you could really lift the chest. Take that gaze. Notice that lovely side stretch through the left side. Have a little look under the armpit. Good, and then look back towards the right foot. And then look under the armpit. Good, from here we can come all the way down. One more time. Lower the hips, lower those sit bones, and then reach over towards our left side. One side definitely easier than the other. Come all the way back up to our seated position. And then from here, can we reach the legs wide again? Good, so the legs are wide. And then this time we're going to reach the hands from the thighs, that hinge forward, to see if we can get towards the ankles. So can we get towards the ankles? Doesn't matter if our knees are bent. Yeah. And then maybe we can get towards our big toes. So we could take our two peace fingers and wrap them around our big toes. And then that could ease us forward just a little bit. Just make sure we feel comfortable, we're not straining. So we can inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend the elbows just to ease our way a little further forward. Yeah, well done. One more time. Inhale, create some length through the spine. And then exhale, bend the elbows and draw ourselves a little bit further forward. Well done. Good. The hands can come down towards the center of the body there. And then we can inhale our way back to our seated position. You are fantastic, guys. Bring the legs in. Now, bring yourself all the way around, and we're going to come down onto our mat. So a little reach forward towards our feet, and then inhale and exhale our way down towards our mat. Good. Bring our arms to the side of the body. And then just let the feet relax for a moment as we bring ourselves just to Shavasana here. Good, inhale and exhale, take your time. Good, and let's bring the feet to the floor. And then when you're ready, bring the legs together. Let the arms widen to the side of the body. And then bring both legs over to the left side. So we can inhale to a little supine twist. And we can exhale our way back to our central position. Let's do that one more time to the other side. So inhale as we bring the legs over to the right, and then exhale our way back to our start. Can we pick up the heels, bring the knees into chest, settle your back to the mat, and then hold behind both thighs as we inhale both legs up to the sky. Let's exhale as we flex the feet, press the heels up towards the sky and get that lovely lengthening down the back of the legs. Inhale, draw the knees in, and this time hold on to your right shin for me as we reach the left leg out across the mat. Good, slide in the left leg and then reach our right leg out across the mat. Good, let's do that one more time each way. Inhaling, folding in the right. Exhaling, stretching out the left. Good, enjoy. Good, exhaling out with the right as we hug in the left. Bring both knees into chest and now reach both legs up towards the sky again. Can we separate the arms so the arms are a little bit wider? Good, and the back can rest happily on the mat. Drawing our legs together, can we inhale the legs over, both legs over to our left side, leaving your head in the center and your shoulders on the mat? Can we draw the legs on the next exhale back to our central position? Now, some of us are going to keep the knees bent, which is absolutely perfect. Others will have a straighter leg position. So we're traveling over to our right side, inhale, and then exhale, bring the legs back to our start. Try not to swing, and we're keeping the pelvis level, aren't we? Easing the legs over to our left, and then drawing the legs back to the central position. One more time, then a slight change for our supine twist, over to our right side, and then on the exhale, coming back to our start. Now, it doesn't matter if we've got our knees bent or our legs straight, we're coming over to our left side. Now we go to that point that the shoulders will want to lift, so anchor your right shoulder down. Now, can you bend your outside leg, so you're going to bend your left leg for me and lower your left leg down towards the ground. Leave your right shoulder down, and now on the exhale, sweep your right leg over towards to meet your left hand. So somewhere around there. That's it. So I'll just show you what we've done again. So we've gone over to the left. We've bent the left knee. That's going to come down to the ground a little bit easier on its own. And then see if we can get the right foot to the left hand. Yeah, that's it. Go slowly. I can see some of us just chucking ourselves over there. So just going a little bit slower. Now see if we can anchor on the next 5 breaths. The right shoulder down towards the right arm to the right. Yeah, so can you drop that down? And then maybe you could reach that right leg out to meet that left hand. So those are our options then, to bend the knee on the right, just to hold on to our right leg instead if we prefer. Good, last couple of breaths here. Inhaling, wide into the waist, into the ribs. Exhaling. One last time, inhale. Doing absolutely beautifully. And exhale. Now we bend the right knee, draw the legs together. Good, and then we can bring the feet on the floor back to our start position. So take your time there. Now, as we bring the knees into chest, can we just circle the knees wide and together? So taking the knees wide and together and just allowing the body chance to release. Good, and then bring the legs in. As we bring the legs in, we can nod the chin to chest, bring the nose to the knees, reach the arms out towards the side of the thighs, and then exhale the legs out into a low boat. Good, hold 3, hold 2, backs on the mat, hold 1, scoop the legs back in, and then lower your head down. Now, I'm just going to watch what you're doing now. So we've got both legs up to the sky. So we can inhale the legs up, well done. Some of us are going to stay with the bent knee. Exhale some length, good. And then on the next inhale, take both legs to the right. So both legs are going to travel over to the right, just enough that you can keep your left shoulder down. Now bend your right knee, yeah? And now let the right leg fold towards the right. So you're rolling, that's it. And now our left leg comes over with it towards your right hand. Now ask yourself, Has your shoulder lifted on that left side? Are we kind of thinking aesthetics, or could we think how it feels? So don't worry what it looks like. I want you to feel that pull in the outer left hip and thigh, but I want your back to feel safe and comfortable. So if it means you bending your left knee and it not going all the way to the floor, then that's absolutely fine too. See if you can now, with our 5 breaths, inhale, softening our shoulder down on our left side, exhaling and enjoying. Maybe we could move our right leg so it kind of makes things a little bit easier. Maybe we could bend that right knee or just move around a little bit with the right leg to access the left. See what feels good there. Then the breath's coming wide into the ribs, doing absolutely superbly. Into the ribs, into the waist, into the tummy. And really filling up the whole of the body. Lovely. One more breath here. Absolutely perfectly done, gang. Shoulders relaxing, head in the center. Now, as to come back, we're going to bend the left knee so both legs can be together now, and take a pause. And then roll yourself back so both feet can be on the ground. So both feet are on the ground. Yeah, well done. Beautiful work. Good, and then from here, with the knees now into chest, could you make sure you've got enough room? Options as we go. We're going to try our plow pose, but not everybody's going to want to do that. So we've got a couple of options. We could try our happy baby, so we could all part the knees, kick the heels up to the ceiling, wait for sort of anything to happen there. Make sure your knees are a little bit wider than your hips, and then scoot your hands up to your ankles or the soles of your feet, and we could enjoy that. We're getting that same pull into the lower back and the hips, maybe those hamstrings. Yeah, see where you can get to. Yeah, and if we're on the inside, I'm happy with you being on the inside there, because that can just give us a little bit of freedom to get hold of the feet, can't it, rather than going on the outside. If you're with me, we now can bring the arms to the side of the body. We can bend the knees, inhale, lift the hips, and then exhale to reach the toes all the way over towards the back of your head. Now you can work here to flex the feet, sending the heels away from us. Yeah, we can then have the hands into the lower back just to support the lower back, and feel free to keep the knees bent. Yeah, there's a light tuck of the chin, so we keep the neck long and lengthened. Arms at the side of the body will give you a bit of support if you wanted it there. Take one more breath here, inhaling. Wide and full again. If you can get deep into that belly, great. And then can we catch the hands into the lower back for me? Bend the knees. Good, staying here. Weight onto the forearms. Bring the hands a little bit further up to the waistband, and then let's head up into our shoulder stand. Yeah? Don't worry if you're still in your little happy baby, or you've come down from there. Now, easy to have those legs over towards the back of the mat. See if we can lift those legs up to the sky. You can do that by tightening the buttocks a little bit, tightening the tummy muscles, stretching those feet up to the ceiling, lengthening through both legs. We are nearly there. So inhale and exhale. Can you give me one more breath, scooting those toes up to the sky? And then when you're ready, bend your knees, inhaling, cup the hands right into the back, and use your hands as support here, gang. So fire up the hands, get warmth in the hands, into the lower back, and then really using the hands of the lower, for the forearm there, ease your way down so smoothly, your hands supporting you all the way down, and then put the feet down. Stretch the legs out, reach the arms all the way up and over your head, reach all the way through the fingertips, and then reach through the right side of the body, right fingers to toes, and then reach through the left side of the body. Good, and then see if we can reach a little bit extra all the way from the fingertips through to those toes. Beautifully done. Now, as the arms come all the way back, our feet are going to come flat to the floor, Setu Bandhasana. So our feet are in hip width. Good, arms at the side of the body. Inhale our way up to our bridge. Good, and then see if we can stay for 5 breaths here, lifting those hips a little bit higher. Now, option today, just like we've done with our lovely little plough pose or our variation of that, snuggle your thumb into that lower back area. Good, so your fingertips are pretty much on the hip, and then do the same to the other side. And notice you can draw the elbows in a little bit closer. Yeah, plant the feet down, have the heels right under your knees. So you might even scoot those heels back a little bit, and then you can let your chin just drift a little bit away from your chest so that you're not cramping up your neck. Stay there for me. Good, take that wide breath again into the ribs, into the back. Good, and if it's better for you, you've got your arms at the side of the body, opening up to this wonderful blue sky day. Inhaling and exhaling. Be happy, not judging where we are, not thinking we should be higher, or our hands should be here, or our hips should be here. Just thinking, how does your body feel here? Good, our last breath. Absolutely brilliantly done, guys. Release the hands if you had your hands there, and then let yourself ease all the way down. Let's scoot the knees back into chest. Beautiful work. Good, and then just our little hip flexor release. We're holding just as we did before. Hold the right shin. Good, exhale the left leg out. Draw in the left, exhale the right leg out. Good, hold on to the right, stretch out the left. And then hold on to the left, stretch out the right. Lovely, bring the legs back in. Good, and then just circle the knees wide and together. And then go the opposite direction. Well done. Now, as we put the feet down, I'd like us to roll all the way over onto our tummy. So bring yourself straight onto your tummy for me. And then into our undulating cobra. So enjoy. We should feel fairly warmed up through the back, but do take your time. So we're lying on our tummy, and we've got our legs today a little bit wider than hip width. And now our fingertips, we make those lovely little spidery fingertips. So our hands come either side of our shoulders. So we're already using that back body, aren't we? If that doesn't feel comfortable, you could have the arms down and still do the same lift and lowering if you wanted. See if you can be up on the fingertips, see what works for you. Now from here, on the inhale, we start to slide the chin towards the chest, and we lift a little bit away from the mat. And then on the exhale, we can lift our head, lower our chest, and then our head comes down last. If that feels a little bit too much on the body, then absolutely fine to change that arm position. So can we inhale, grow a little bit higher this time, and then exhale, chest. Good, and then the head comes down. Go again, so inhale, draw the chin in, lift away from the mat. We've talked about that cobra position, coming up and out of the basket, and then hips, ribs, and chest. Twice more. Inhale, draw through the back of the body, so the back's lifting you all the way up. Weight through the legs, and then allow the hips and the ribs and the head to come back down last time. So inhale away from the mat, dig a little bit deeper into those fingertips if we can. Good, and then exhale, hips and ribs and chest to make it all the way down to the mat. Now float the forearms down, the fingertips level with the eye line, and that brings us into our repeated cobra. So now we can lead through the crown of the head, just a slight change, but probably feels a little bit easier. Inhaling up, good, and then exhaling our way down. Now, if we're feeling really confident through the back and flexible, we might even bring our hands back a little bit. So our fingertips a little bit behind our shoulder line. Now, everybody's going to do that. So shoulders away from the ears at all times. Good, and one last time, wherever the hands are. Inhaling up into our cobra, lovely flow. Make sure you've got the space between the ears and the shoulders. And try not to throw our heads back. So our gaze is up, but without letting the head flip back. Extend the legs and then ease our way down. Superbly done. Good. Now from here, we're going to take the hands under our shoulders, just push ourselves all the way up, and then bring the legs together as we come into our narrow hip position. We're just going to work a little bit into the bow for our next little posture. So let's reach the hands out, let's sit the bottom back and enjoy this position. So we're going to be asking the body to go into that little bit of that opposite opposing position now. So remember, you can come back to this anytime you like. Let's scoot the hands forward, bring yourself onto your forearms and see if you can make your way down onto your tummy really slowly. Let's bring the hands back towards the side of the body and have our legs together as our ideal, but it doesn't matter if your legs part, it really does not matter. So from here, we're going to scoot both heels in towards the bottom, take a breath in. Good, and on the out breath, let the legs lower all the way down to the ground. So you might have this as an option, the hips on the ground, the heels coming in on the inhale, noticing that pull through the front and the back of the body, and exhaling the legs long. So inhaling, drawing the heels in towards the bottom, and then exhaling as you lengthen the legs. Now this time, if we wanted, we pick up the right foot, inhaling, and we reach the right hand to meet the right ankle or top of foot. Yeah? Inhale the left leg up, and then see if we can reach round to take hold of the left foot. Now the thighs can then come together. Inhale, lift your chest, leaving the legs on the ground, draw the shoulder blades together, and now pull your feet into your hands. Yeah, so firm up your hands, firm up your feet. Inhale again. Option is to exhale to lift the knees. So again, if the knees part a little bit and that feels good, that might be where you're staying. Now, otherwise, lift your chest, lift your knees, inhale, soften the shoulders away from the ears, and make sure you're not throwing your head back for me. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift the thighs a little bit away, pull the feet into the hands. Exhale and slowly recover, lowering the legs one at a time. And then again, bringing the hands under the shoulders, beautifully done again. Push ourselves all the way up and join me again in that narrow knee position. Bring your hips all the way back. You've done absolutely brilliantly. Reach the hands forward. Maybe your hips are lifted. Take a breath in and a breath out. Brilliantly done. Last breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up to 4-point kneeling, find our block, grab our blanket, yeah, good, and then make your way just to sitting. Now we have worked on just being against a wall, haven't we? So you could be against your sofa or your bed or your just up on some cushions. So we can go to that position if we like. So come to sit on your block. I'm going to use my wall and just come into a little Sukhasana or variation of Good, and then we'll bring ourselves just to where we're feeling comfortable. Yeah. So the wall just takes out that sense that we have to keep lengthening up. So it just gives us a chance just to relax and focus on our breath just a little bit more. Of the lower breath that we've been practicing into the tummy and the waist and the chest. Yeah, and then from the chest, waist and tummy. So we're going to do the same as we did last week. Good, so we start just getting ourselves comfortable, relaxing our shoulders, just softening everything. Just noticing how the body feels, maybe a little bit warmer. And were we able not to judge? Were we able just to notice, just to be? And we're going to start our inhale from the bottom to the top. And our exhale from the top to the bottom. So inhale into the tummy, the waist and the chest. And we exhale from the chest, waist and tummy. See if we can just get that rhythm going first. So into the tummy, the waist and the chest. And then from the chest, waist and tummy. And let's try our 4 count inhale and 4 count exhale. Inhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Notice if there's any areas in the body that we could fill up just a little bit more, maybe a bit more into the waist and the tummy. Some extra little gaps to receive our breath. 4 count inhale and a 7 count exhale. Try that, so it might look like inhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 4 and hold for the count of 4. Hold. Exhale 7. Inhale 4. Hold. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. A deep inhale all the way from the bottom to the top. Hold. And exhale top to bottom. Hold. And again, inhale. Hold. And exhale bottom to the top, top to bottom. Hold. Inhale again, 2 more. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last time, inhale bottom to top. And exhale top to bottom. And relaxed. Think open our eyes. And then make our way down to Shavasana. So bring yourself maybe off your block. Good, and then bring yourself just to where you're really comfy. Some of us have been in Shavasana already, which is great. Maybe get your cushion for an extra bit of support. Good, and then ease your way onto your back. Let's just separate our feet. Maybe snuggle your arms under your blanket. Our final part of our practice today, full relaxation. Make sure you're really comfortable. So your cushion. Maybe we've got our knees bent, so our back's a little bit more supported. Maybe we can close our eyes. And just being. We're not having to do anything. You can just be here. So doing nothing, accepting, we can just be. Any relaxation and self-care, any meditation, any breath work just helps reduce any stress that we've got in our lives. And really are non-negotiables. Self-care, any form of self-care, non-negotiable. The shoulders soften and our body starts to feel a little bit more relaxed. Notice the soles of the feet, the toes, tops of the feet. Notice your ankles, shins, calves. Notice both knees. Inhaling, noticing, and exhaling. Notice the thighs, fronts and backs of the thighs, both hips, glute muscles, tummy all softening. See if you can let go of any residual tension. Notice the spine, whole of your back, the back of your shoulders, fronts of the shoulders, the widening and softening across our collarbones. Both arms feeling heavy and relaxed. Both elbows and wrists. Notice both thumbs, both index fingers, both middle fingers, ring fingers, little fingers. Notice your palms. Notice the backs of your hands. Inhale and exhale. The tension around our necks just disappearing. Notice your face. Soften your face. With our eyes closed, take your gaze to the centre of your eyebrows. As if we're looking to the centre of the eyebrows. Feel forehead soften, any creases, any lines just disappearing. Notice our temples softening, our jaw, our cheeks. Notice the lips together. Notice the top lip meeting the bottom lip. Notice that area. Notice your tongue sitting behind the top teeth. Allowing our jaws to relax. Release any tension around your hairline. from the top of your head all the way to the ears. Inhale and exhale. Doing nothing, just being. Not having to do anything. Just breathe. Totally restful. Totally peaceful. Take a deeper inhale. Sigh out your exhale. And again. And slowly bend the knees, bringing our feet to the floor. Maybe bringing our knees then into chest. And then we can make our way over to one side, put our feet down, and just take a little roll. We can inhale our arms up. Bring our palms together, our thumbs to our forehead, for knowledge and wisdom, to our lips, kind words, and to our heart center for gratitude. Namaste.